You know, it's bad enough that Shedeur Sanders didn't get picked number one in the draft last year. It's bad enough that he didn't get drafted in the second round. It's bad enough he didn't get drafted until the fourth round. You know what made it even worse, folks? He got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. If that's not bad enough, not even number one star. Well, he finally made his debut on Sunday. He didn't do so hot, and then there was some sort of, I guess, some kind of drama or some kind of theatrics, and we have this interesting article from Waffle Announcing talking about it and talking about the former Jets head coach Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan, I can't understand why he doesn't get a job in the NFL. That guy was a good coach. How many coaches get his team to the AFC Championship game and not get another shot at things? But anyway, Rex Ryan questions if Shedeur Sanders' post-game behavior was just for show. Quote, did he care, or are you trying to make it a show of making it about yourself? Now, I would mention this is the Baseball Hut 3. We're talking about broadcasters and what's going on. But, of course, let me know what you think about this video. Rex Ryan wants to know why Shedeur Sanders hadn't received any first-team reps before Sunday. That, however, is likely with the similarities in their opinions. This is with Josina Anderson. Their opinions about the former Colorado Stars NFL debut end. Appearing on ESPN's Get Up on Monday, Rex discussed Sanders' 4 for 16, 47-yard, one interception performance off the bench in the Cleveland Browns. That's terrible. Cleveland Browns 23-16 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. While the former New York Jets head coach questioned why the Browns had yet to give the 23-year-old any first-team practice reps, despite him only being a play away as Cleveland's number 2 quarterback, he also doesn't believe that Sanders is blameless either. Well, Shedeur Sanders is in this position where he got drafted so low because of his attitude at the combine. He did not impress certain teams, particularly the New York Giants. Shedeur, quote Shedeur, he's got to get over himself too, Ryan said. Like he's there by himself on the bench at the end of the game. I've never seen that. I've seen it in the 7th game of the World Series when you lose a game or whatever. This is a game. It's a pillow fight game. Nobody cares. Interesting. Interesting that, Rex Ryan, all his sort of bravado. He's a very astute football guy. Quote, he cares. Adam Scheffler interjected. Ryan didn't seem to be buying it. Did he care? Or are you trying to make it a show of making it about himself? The 62-year-old former head coach of the Jets continued. You got a guy over there that, by the way, is a 2-time MVP right there, Lamar Jackson. He was looking for you. Why don't you share a moment with him, all right? Share a moment with Lamar. He's looking over for you. Then get in there with your teammates. These are your teammates I'm talking about. I'm not comfortable losing. You think anyone in the locker room is? They better not be. Ryan proceeded to state that he believes there is 100% a disconnect between Sanders and the Browns coaching staff, but that he's looking forward to seeing the reigning Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year on the field with a full week of practice, with Cleveland's first team under his belt nonetheless. I mean, why is he sitting on the bench all depressed? That's kind of strange. That's really strange. He should be up and trying to motivate his teammates. This isn't the first time that Ryan's publicly criticized Sanders' behavior. Last month, he also took issue with the quarterback's mime-like response to the Browns trade Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh boy, this guy, Shedeur Sanders, he's a bit of a weirdo, isn't he? Doing mime? Dating back to the pre-draft process, the young Sanders' son has inexplicably been one of the NFL's biggest stories. And now that it appears he's landed in Cleveland's starting lineup after fellow rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel exited the loss to the Ravens with a concussion, it appears the coverage surrounding Sanders is only ramping up. Oh, it's just getting started. It's just getting started. But then, this is a player that deserves criticism because of his attitude. The Giants had given him a test at the combine, and instead of trying to figure out how to solve the problem that they put in front of him, he's like, I give up. Basically said I'm not the man for you. This is a job. That was a job interview. You got to be looking for a job, and he didn't treat it like that. Now, what does Josina Anderson think of this thing with Sanders? Again, from Awful Announcers, Josina Anderson vigorously defends Shedeur Sanders after disappointing NFL debut. Shedeur Sanders, with hardly any first-team reps this season, throws a pick. nevertheless, I mean, you can't making excuses. He's in the NFL. And it's weird. It's like the NFL commentators, they love to. He's like that project. He's like a pet project for the writers. I don't know why. I don't know why. Shedeur Sanders made his terrible, horrible, no good, very bad debut for the Cleveland Browns Sunday afternoon. But according to one NFL insider, it wasn't all his fault. After months of speculation over where and when Sanders would see his first NFL action, it happened Sunday afternoon when Browns rookie quarterback Dylan Gabriel was forced to exit the game with a concussion. Sanders was handed a lead against the Ravens, but his 4th of 16 passing for 47 yards, 1 interception, and a fumble. A fumble? They didn't even mention that in the first article. Wasn't enough for Cleveland to hang on, as it ended up losing 23-16. Well, that's a 7-point loss. That's one score. So what the hell is he doing sitting on the bench all depressed? That makes no sense. This makes no sense. That he's sitting on, sad and pathetic. Not being with his teammates. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. That makes 0 sense to me. I mean, you should be up for it. You should be like, oh, I'm so happy to be in there. Anderson may have been able to make one of those posts fans noticed in the slanted coverage, but repeatedly finding ways to defend Sanders as the game was crumbling around him. Eventually, it became too much. Well, when things crumble around you, like one of my videos, you never know what's going to happen. Shedeur Sanders, with hardly any first-team reps this season, throws a pick. Anderson wrote about the quarterback's interception. But the post that received the most attention from Anderson came when she described his third and 10 completion late in the fourth quarter as an against all odds play. I saw the play. Just a little throw. Anderson was seemingly defining it as against all odds because Sanders entered the game with no first-team reps. In reality, the play went against all odds because Sanders was having an awful game and threw the pass about 8 yards short of the first down marker, only to be bailed out by his wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy. Judy's good. He's a good receiver. I don't know how he's been. He was a great receiver in college. I don't know how he's been with the Browns, but boy, he's a great receiver. I mean, he's one of the best receivers in the sport, to be honest with you. Sanders was brutal in his unplanned debut. Sure, the rookie quarterback wasn't put in the best position to succeed, but that shouldn't overshadow how bad he was. This doesn't have to be a career-defining game for Sanders. He'll eventually get first-team reps and another opportunity to prove he deserves to be a starter. But the story Sunday afternoon was Sanders went 4 for 16, 47 yards, and lost to Baltimore. Not the fact that a quarterback who was a third string for most of the season wasn't given any first-team reps in practice. Now, this is the weird thing about the media. The media keeps thinking that this is the 1980s, the 1990s, when there were very few black quarterbacks, okay? And they still want to perpetuate this nonsense that there's racism and the culture, and that's why Sanders didn't get a shot at things. That's why they were pissed off that he didn't go until the 5th round, or whatever, the 4th round, or whatever it was, the Browns. They're mad that Jackson Dart got picked by the Giants. Really just overall mad that they look at him as sort of a victim, but he's just not that good, And it doesn't help that he has this sort of prima donna attitude, I can't even say that his father put him in this position because the father, Dion was a great player, and he played hard. This guy, he's a very strange individual from what I've seen. And to be sitting on, and you lose by 7 points, that's one score. So at any point, the team that they could have asked Sanders, like, Shedeur, you got to go out there for the last drive. We got like 2 minutes left in the game. He could have won the game late in the game. I mean, that 4 for 16 could have been 5 for 17, or 7 for 17, or 7 for 18, whatever it is. And he could have had a touchdown that could have won the game or tied the game. Instead, he's sitting on the bench. You only lost by 7 points. You should be with your teammates saying, what do they need to do better here? What do you think of this? What do you think of that? He didn't do that. I can understand Rex saying this is probably all for show, trying to be the perpetual victim. Like I said, the media wants to make it seem like there's no black quarterbacks, but meanwhile we have, they're all great stars and all great players, like from Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and down the line. But they want to make it seem like he's the only quarterback that's black in the NFL that's struggling. And that's what it comes down to. That's what it really comes down to. But let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 3. And I'll see you later.